Hello everyone, this is Lisa Kester with Wild Acorns Art Studio, take 2. I tried to start the video a few minutes ago and I no more than started it and my dog started barking. So he smelled I was eating some those peanut butter pretzels, you know, those little square pretzels with the peanut butter inside. Oh, they're so good. He smelled those, and you know, the dog is almost 15 years old. He's blind, can't hear, but his sniffer's working. he could smell those darn pretzels a mile away. Anyway, oh goodness, it is July 2nd. I can't believe it's July already. But anyway, you saw me make, I don't know if you saw me make them, but I've been painting some of these little dishes, and this is, I painted some, maybe I should hold it this way, some little watermelon dishes. You like them? Do you think they look like little watermelon dishes? I thought they looked pretty cute. Remember I did some plates like this a while back, and they turned out really cute too. I liked them. And you know, everybody likes watermelon dishes. I mean, it's a good, fun summertime design, you know, to do. So anyway, I was going to paint some, and I thought, well, I'd do a video in case you guys are interested in how I did these. Yeah, so let's get started. So good to be back. I don't know if you can tell, I moved, you probably can't tell from this angle, but I moved my studio around a little bit. I reorganized again. I like to be organized, but then it's kind of like I'm like a disorganized organized. Like, it's chaos, but I you know, I kind of know everything is now. I gotta know everything is. If I'm not organized, I don't know. I just I can't concentrate. And there's Millie. Millie's coming to see us. But anyway, so grab your drink, get your not watercolors, your underglazes out. I'm going to use Amaco Velvet Underglazes. I'm using avocado green, chartreuse green, bright red, black, and white. So I'm using 5 of them. I love Diet Coke. Does anybody else like Diet Coke? I'm a Diet Coke fan. I try to limit myself to no more than 1 a day. And then I try not to drink it every day because it's not good for you, is it? Oh well, anyway. So let me lower you down. You can kind of see my garden out there. I've been planting, I planted some ferns today, and Millie likes to watch the little chipmunks that run by. But yeah, we have a little gazebo out there that I like to sit underneath when I get time. Let me lower you down, see if you can. Alrighty, move my drink out of the way. Now let's get started. So for the green, I am going to use a fan brush, one of my favorite Amaco fan brushes. This is the number 8, and this is the avocado green. I'm just going to put 3 coats on. And you know what's really strange about this is I left the lid off of this so it would thicken up. And because, as I said in other videos, I feel like they've changed the formula or something. Make sure you can see this. Because when I get these Amaco Velvet Underglazes, they seem like they're more watery. And, you know, gosh, for the price we're paying, I hate to think they're adding more water to them, but... And what's weird though is so a lot of people add water to their underglazes and they put them on very thin. And I think a lot of those people must be firing at a low temperature. If you're, you know, if you're firing the cone 014 or 010, or, you know, you're using low fire clay. I'm not real familiar with that, so I can't speak to exactly what cone they fire to. I think some they fire to 04, 05, you know. But anyway, you know, when they fire at that lower temperature, the colors don't burn out, so you can water them down more. But these, you know, I have noticed that they do burn out. They can burn out at cone. I fired a cone 5, so they can burn out at cone 5. See if I can prop that up so you can see those. I don't know, can you see them? There we go. Not going to stand. Oh well. Oh well. They look like a piece of watermelon over there, don't they? I guess I could have made them into the shape of a watermelon slice. That would have been cute, wouldn't it? But anyway, so yeah, so I let the lid off the jar for about a week so it would dry up and thicken. And I dumped some in my tray here. This is a bead tray with non-adjustable dividers. You can get them at Hobby Lobby or Michael's for $2 or $3. Or you can order from Amazon, but they're more expensive on Amazon. Anyway, so I poured some in my tray here, and it was nice and thick, and I opened it up today, and it's like water again, which is kind of bizarre. It smells really bad, too. I'm almost out of this, so I'm going to buy another. I'm going to have to run out to Queen City Clay, where I buy a lot of my glazes, and get another jar of this avocado. This is one of my favorite colors. It'd be nice if they made one that was, well, a little olive. You know, I love olive green. Oh, there's Molly. She's Millie. That's Millie. Millie's coming back. Usually, as soon as I come over here and turn the lights on and sit down to paint or whatever, she is right over here. She is nosy. Now Molly, she's the gray and white one. She's probably sleeping. She's on the little bit lazier side. So I hope I have enough. I think I've got enough of this. I hope so. I go through a lot of this avocado green. With underglazes, you know, they pretty much look, at least the Amaco Velvets, they look pretty much the same when you paint them on as when you fire them. But now Maycos, they don't. For some reason, Maycos, when you paint them on, they're a creamier color, and then when you fire them, they turn the bright color that they are supposed to be. But they go on kind of creamy and like almost like a pastel. And I guess that's just, you know, the way their formula is. But I've always liked the Amaco Velvet Underglazes, but I don't know if they're going to be all watery. I may try Speedballs. Speedball came out with some new colors, and they have reformulated their underglazes. But the reason I don't care for Speedball is because I've had in the past their formula had some flux in it, and so I had issues with the pieces sticking to the kiln shelf, because I used to always glaze the bottom of my pieces with underglazes. Underglazes will not stick to the kiln shelf for the most part. If you put them on really thick, they will, but for the most part, they won't stick to the kiln shelf. But I did have some Speedball red that I bought. I thought, oh, I'll just try this. And if you, I don't know if some of you know my red birds, I made like, I was going to a show and I made like 20 or 30 of these flat red birds. And I painted them all red, lined them up in the kiln, and they were touching each other, but you know, I figured it was okay with underglazes because I've never had a problem with underglazes sticking to each other. And when I opened up that kiln, they were all stuck together. I was sick. And like I said, I've had some problems with them sticking to the kiln shelf too. So, and then I watched one of their videos, and they did say that they have a little bit of flux in there. But like I said, they have reformulated theirs. They have new jars and they have new colors, and but I don't know enough about those to, you know, I have to check in to see if there's any flux in the new formula or not. I've got some water here. I'm just going to clean off these bottoms a little bit. So the reason I don't glaze all the bottoms of everything anymore is because when they come out of the glaze kiln, sometimes I like to sand the bottom down a little bit. If it's going to sit on a table, I want it to be really smooth. And you can sand them down ahead of time, but you know, when they are fired on a glaze shelf, they can still, you know, pick up some of the kiln wash and stuff. So, alrighty. Okay, so I got the bottom of that. Well, I probably should do another coat. Let me grab the rest of my bottle here. Don't have a whole lot left, but I should have enough for these plates. And that's the avocado. So I'm going to put 2 coats on the bottom. I don't think it's necessary to put 3. And then when I'm done with these, I think I'm going to just dip them. I have a 5-gallon bucket of Mayco Zinc-free Clear glaze, cone 5/6. I'm just going to dip them. I will have to wax the bottoms if I do that, so I don't know. We'll see. Getting some green dots in my yellow there. I have to be careful. I don't want, usually if I, you know, some of them spill over into another one, it really doesn't change the color much. I don't worry about it too much. The reason I put them in a tray like this is because I like having them all in front of me. I'm a very visual person, and I like them to be in front of me so I can see what I have, and and then use them kind of like watercolors. When I'm painting with acrylics or watercolors, I got to do the same thing. I got to have them out in front of me. Like some watercolors come in tubes. I don't really like that unless you squeeze the tubes into a tray and let them harden up a little bit and use them that way. I just noticed I missed the sides a little bit here, so I'm going to go back and make sure I have the sides good. Now, when I'm putting clear glaze on here, I put 2 coats. I don't like to go to 3 coats because it can turn cloudy. I have had that happen, so These fan brushes are so nice. This is a Mayco number 8 soft fan brush. It's CB-618 if you want to get any. I guess you can, I don't think you can get these off of Amazon. I buy them from Queen City Clay, but I've bought them before from, it was either Sheffield Pottery, because they have free shipping, or Kruger, K-R-U-E-G-E-R. I've bought stuff from them before too. It just goes on so smooth with this fan brush. And this is what I always used to put my clear on with. I preach all the time, but you know, when you're putting clear on your pieces, you know, the brush does make a difference. You know, you gotta be, when you're putting on clear, you gotta be a little sloppy. When you're dipping this in your clear glaze jar, pump it like that just a little bit, and it'll fill up this brush with glaze, so that when you're brushing across this underglaze, it goes on very lightly and it doesn't smear. You don't want to smear your underglaze design. I hear people complain about that all the time, and mine never smear. I make sure they're dry, of course, you know, but I got my fan on me today, if you can hear the fan running. We had our air conditioning off for a couple days because it got so nice and cool at night. I love when it gets, I think last night it was down to 54 or something. Oh, that felt so good. I was a little chilly though, but last night was a weird night for me because I'm in this sleep study. I had this sleep apnea machine. Has any of you had to try that sleep apnea machine at home? Oh my gosh. I thought, oh, this won't be hard. And by the time, you know, I got that thing hooked up, I had wires everywhere. And every time I moved, the machine turned off. I don't know if it even worked. I had to turn it back in today, and then I guess they'll let me know if it didn't take, and I can try to do it again. But apparently I snore, and I think I have sleep apnea. Two of my brothers do. But last year around this time, I ended up in the hospital because I woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't catch my breath. I thought I was having a heart attack. And now they're thinking it's sleep apnea, that I stopped breathing in the middle of the night, and my body, I guess, went into like a panic mode, and that's why I couldn't breathe. So anyways, but yeah, that machine was pain in the butt. Oh gosh, here I am talking and I painted the whole thing green. Now, see, if I was live, somebody could have said, hey Lisa, the inside's red. That's why, you know, that's why you can't do two things at one time. Alright, that's okay though. Because underglazes, you can just paint over them. No worries. And my red is pretty thick. I let this red sit out. This is bright red. But it looks black because there's so much mold in it. So much. And I don't, it might not really be mold. It might actually be bacteria, but look at that. Can you see how dark that is? It smells really bad. But good thing I got the fan on. So it's kind of hard to tell how red this is going to be because it's so full of black mold. I don't know, for some reason the red, yellow, and orange The green is weird. The green usually doesn't smell that bad for me. But, so there you go. Now we're back in business. The green underneath it might actually even make it a little bit darker, which I wouldn't be opposed to. Looks like Millie's back, or yeah, looks like Millie's back in her box. We've been calling her Squeaky because her meow is, it sounds more like a squeak than a meow. Now Molly, her meow is a loud meow. But Millie just kind of squeaks. It's like not a full meow. Molly, she talks a lot too. She will walk through the house and just meow as loud as she can until somebody talks to her. Most of the time she does it at night when we go to bed, and like she'll walk around the house looking for us. And she'll just meow, meow, and I have to say, Molly, I'm right here. I'm right here, Molly. And then she'll come running in my bedroom and jump up on my bed, and she'll snuggle up with me for a while as I'm going to sleep. She's a snuggler. My other cats were all outdoor cats, but I won't allow cats to go out anymore. We have coyotes in the area, and you know, people just aren't nice to cats. There's a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of mean people out there towards animals, and it's kind of a shame. But plus, I live on a busy street, so I don't know how long they'd stay alive, and I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to them. So anyway, so we've been calling Millie Squeaky. See, this is nice and thick. It's gonna go on, it's going on so nice. I got a little bit in the green. I really don't want that there. Does anybody have anything exciting going on for 4th of July? Any big plans? I think we're staying home on the actual 4th. But on Saturday the 6th, we're going to my brother's house for a big party. He lives up in the country and has a lot of land, and it's always fun to hang out up there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the stripes. So now I'm going to take, this was bright red, now I'm going to take this chartreuse. And it boggles my mind that this is so runny, because I let this sit out too, just like the avocado, and it got so nice and thick, and I don't know, for some reason it's runny. So now on these, I ran the design up and over the side. I'm not 100% sure I want to do that with these. I don't know if I like the look. What do you think? Do you like the design going up over the side, or just on the top? Now this is going to need probably four or five coats because it's so thin. What I'm going to do is put 1, 2, 3. I guess I'll put one in the corner too. So one in each corner, and then 1, 2, 3, and then one in the corner, and 1, 2, 3. Gosh, this is so runny. Ugh, so frustrating. I mean, I use this stuff all the time. I've never had the problem of it putting it in thick and then turning runny. Usually it you know, usually it dries out. Not the opposite of getting runny. Not sure why that is, but yeah, so look at that, how thin that is. That's going to take about 4 coats. And this red, look how dark that red looks. That red is not that dark. I'm trying to get better about painting things that are already glazed so you guys can see what they look like. I always get people asking me what things look like, and you know, my problem is I don't fire a whole lot of stuff here at the house anymore, because since I work 3 days a week, I've been taking it to work to fire it. I don't know, it seems kind of simpler that way, since I'm firing stuff anyway. I work at a local rec center, for those of you who are just new followers. This is really runny. I took the other bottle, what's left, and set it on my shelf over there without the lid on it, and I just let it get as thick as I can and then scoop it into here. And underglazes are so much fun because they, you know, it's kind of instant gratification. Whereas with a regular glaze, you know, you might be painting something with a blue glaze and it might be gray or black or red, and so it's kind of nice to, I think that's why I like underglazes so much. It's just, you kind of, you know, what you see is what you get. Let that dry. The fan is kind of helping these dry a little faster. I have to remember to stay in the picture. Look at that, the little booger's trying to run. You can hardly see that. I could pour this out on a paper towel and let it suck the water out of it, but you lose a lot, you know, that way. And then when I'm done with this green here, I'm going to put the white in around the sides. I just bought a big watermelon the other day. It smelled so good and it looked so good. It was nice and crisp and juicy, but it had no flavor. I don't know if it was me or... so hard to find good fruit anymore, and I think because they pick it so early. You know, by the time they pick it and got to put it on a truck and haul it to wherever it's going. But we hit the peach truck a couple weeks ago, and boy, I bought a bag of those, and oh, they were so good. I made a peach cobbler, and I gave my son some of them, and then I just ate them, just kept eating them. And this is really running. So I do definitely want to bring it over to the sides here. Carry the little green thing over the sides. But I don't, at this time, I'm not gonna go underneath. So if you guys are making some gnomes, I'm gonna make some more for the. I have a fall show coming up. Not till October. But I'm gonna make a bunch of gnomes for that. My little smoky gnomes. And a lot of people have suggested to put another hole in there. But I think what I'm gonna do is leave the bottom of his cape, the very bottom, maybe rippled a little bit so air can get underneath there, can push it up. I'm afraid if I put another hole anywhere in his body, the smoke will come out there. So I feel like it has to be in the bottom. Okay. Oh, goodness. This will take me forever putting... Who knows how many of these coats of green I'll have to put on here. This fan is blowing... It feels good, but the fan's blowing stuff around. I didn't have any newspaper, so I got an old bag from, I think this is this is Jersey Mike's bag. I went to Jersey Mike's and got a Subway sandwich, and it was so good. You can tell I'm hungry, can't you? It's getting close to 5 o'clock, I think, here. It's getting close to my supper time. I think I'm going to make my husband went to the store to get a rotisserie chicken. I don't know if your local grocery stores carry those, but those rotisserie chickens are delish. And they're not very expensive either, which is even better. If I went out and bought a whole chicken and all the spices and then put it in my stove and cooked it for an hour, it would probably cost me almost the same thing. And they're a better cook than I am too. I'm not the best cook in the world. Now, a baker, I love to bake. I love to bake bread and cookies and all the sweets, all the things that are bad for you. I have a sweet tooth. When I cleaned out my pottery studio here, I found a whole bunch of stuff stashed. Chocolate and pretzels, and I like the pretzels with the peanut butter in them. I know I'm making you guys hungry probably. Of course, I don't know when you'll see this because by the time I finish this and then eat my dinner, I'll go ahead and upload it to this app called InTouch, and that's what I edit my videos in, and they will flip it for me so it's the right direction so that you can read the words on things. And that takes, I don't know why that takes so long, but that takes probably at least 2 hours. It's probably our internet speed, you know, but, and then once I do that, then I have to upload it to YouTube, and that takes about an hour or so. If you like my videos, please hit subscribe. I'm almost, and I didn't look today, but I'm getting close to 5,000 followers, which just amazes me. Of course, I see some of these people with like 98 or 100,000, and I think, wow, wow. Just the thought that 100,000 people are doing pottery. Where I live here in Cincinnati, Ohio, we have one of the largest clay suppliers in the country. So, and we have one of the oldest pottery making not really a factory, it's a very special place called Rookwood Pottery. They do very high-end pottery. And when I was a real estate agent, you'd see a lot of old houses with Rookwood brick in it, almost like a Rookwood stone tile, or, you know, it was, you know, obviously ceramic pieces. I don't know how thick they were though, but yeah, you see these old houses with all this Rookwood tile, ceramic tile work, and it was really very cool. And then of course a lot of people didn't even realize, you know, what they had. You see some of these people, you know, these rehabbers go in and tear it all out, and you're like, oh my gosh, do you know what that's worth? But I guess they didn't. But we're very fortunate to have all these supplies right here. And we get Kentucky Mud Works across the river. And then we have a clay supplier called Core Clay, and then Queen City Clay. Queen City Clay is, like I said, they're the ones that are huge. I think what I'll probably do is go ahead and put the seeds on the inside and the white, and come back later after this is dried and add 2 or 3 more coats, because this is probably getting boring to you, unless you're working on pottery too. So I'll put these stripes on. I think I gotta put another coat on that one, and then I'll start on the white. I like on the other plates you can kind of see through them, which I do like, because then you don't have one solid color of the green. It's kind of variegated, as you could say, which, you know, makes it interesting when it's not a solid color, because that's one downfall of the underglazes. They don't move, they don't intermix with, you know, another color. They pretty much stay put. Where you put them is where they stay. And, you know, and they can look kind of flat. So it's kind of nice to mix them with other colors and get that variation. I just made a couple of my red birds, the big red birds, and I painted them red, but after I got them out of the kiln, they just were just a solid red color, which I wasn't happy with. So I went back with a brown wash. Well, what I did was take brown underglaze, mix water with it, and I just kept brushing brown underglaze on them. So we'll see how they're back in the kiln. So we'll see how those turn out. Okay, so now I'm going to take this white, and as you know, it goes, you know, out between the green and the red of a watermelon, there's white. So I just kind of go around. I don't worry about making it real perfect. I mean, these are whimsical little plates. Probably put 3 coats on here. I gotta watch my time too. Sometimes it seems like YouTube will kick you off after an hour or so. Gotta kind of be careful. The last video I did, I think with the gnomes, somebody called my phone and it automatically kicked me off the video, which, if you noticed how that video ended a little abruptly, that's why it did. Thank goodness I had just said goodbye, I think, and it clicked off. So usually it does not do that. Now on the other one, I took a wet paintbrush after this and kind of soften the edges. I don't know. I'll probably do that. I'll probably take a wet paintbrush on here, and I'll show you how to do that. And just soften the edges on the inside where the white meets the red. I think that white kind of bleeds into there. I have to go buy a watermelon for a 4th of July party. I think I'm going to take a big bowl of watermelon. It's one of my favorite fruits. See, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to kind of put some of that white back in there. I'm going to rinse my brush out. I have a big old bucket of water here. I'm just going to take my brush and just go like that. See, it just kind of softens it up. I'll hold them up again after I'm done with them. So these plates were bisque fired to cone 04. I like to go to 04 because I think it, I can be assured that a lot of the organics have burned out and I don't have to worry too much about pinholing on my pottery. So okay, I'm just getting out a glob of black. I'm not going to water this down. See, I just have a little old tray here, and I got some black on there. So, on those I did 4 across. I think I'm just going to do 4 here. And you just want to get it on the tip of your brush, not really the whole brush. See, just like that. And it kind of helps if you push down hard at the beginning and then light as you pull up. You'll get more of that shape. And I'm trying to keep this underglaze just on the tip. 1, 2, 3, 4. My last one. I hope you guys have a happy 4th if you celebrate it. Not everybody be watching this, you know, some will watch it down the road and it won't be July anymore. But hope you have a nice weekend. I am going to, I don't think I'm going to put another coat on the green, the chartreuse. I think I'm just going to let it go. If you can see through it a little bit, that's fine. The other ones you can, and I like that. Trying to put some of the black I didn't use back into my little container here. Rinse my brush out. And again, I have my little, I love this little scrubby soap I showed some of you. I just buy this stuff off Amazon, but I'm sure there's other places they sell it. But it's just a natural soap infused scrubber, and it smells so good. But it's good for home and garden, garage and workshop, kitchen. It says art, studio, auto, and marine. It easily removes paint, oil, dirt, grease, and more. Yeah, but these are so nice because look, and it smells. Oh my gosh, if you could smell, it's like cutting the fresh orange in half. That's how good this smells. So you just take it like that, put my brush in there like that, and it gets it all nice and clean. You can, I sometimes when I put a little bit of water in there, but I don't really put too much. Then I just leave it like that, and it keeps your brushes nice and come to a sharp point like that. There you go. So yeah, I heard about that from an artist on actually an acrylic artist on Instagram, I think. It could be YouTube or Instagram. But yeah, I've been using it ever since. So but anyway, so here's what it looks like. Isn't that cute? And so right now I didn't do the bottle. I know if you think I should take the stripes all the way around. And then here's these. Doesn't that turn out cute? These are, I just love the size of these. This is about, I would say, about 6 inches by 6 inches. You could use this as a little couple, scoops of ice cream, or a cute little salad dish, or if you're eating dinner, put your pasta over here or something. I mean, they're just so versatile. Set it on your dresser for change. But these dishes are so cute. I need to do a video of these because I make these. I have a square bucket I found, a square plastic bucket. My local little grocery store up the street, they sell their old plastic containers from the deli that have like coleslaw and mayonnaise comes in them and things like that. And they sell them for like 50 cents. And it's a square white plastic bucket, and it's got rounded edges. See how these edges are round? And you just press it down in your clay and it cuts it right out. And then if you buy Planters peanuts at the store, and they have, let me raise this up. There we go. Hang on. So if you buy Planters peanuts at the store, and there's a lot of containers that have the same plastic container, but I think it was a Planters peanuts container, but it's square and it has rounded edges on the corners, and so that you just put a sponge down, lay your slab of clay on the sponge after you've cut it out, put a little cornstarch on there, then you take your plastic peanut container and just smash it down, and voila. So of course these shrink, you know how clay shrinks, but so the inside is what gives you your dimensions from the container. So if your container is big, you're going to have smaller sides. I wanted higher sides. That's why I'm not a huge fan of the GR pottery forms. They're so thin that the sides are like an inch high, and what can you put in there? That's just me. I just don't. I mean, if you put a salad or chips, they would just fall out. So I like my side, and I know they do have spacers. You can buy, and you can buy 2 of them and double them up. So you can do that. But anyway, I like using cheap things, and making your piece unique rather than buying something commercial and your piece is the same exact as everybody else's. Of course, if you paint it, it's going to look a little different. But anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a nice weekend, and thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. I mean, you're all, always say such nice things, and I do appreciate you watching. And if you have any suggestions, or you want to follow me, hit subscribe. That helps me. You know, with the algorithms and all that stuff. So anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you so much and have a great day.